Hello and welcome back to the AI Business and Innovation Podcast with your host, Daniel N.J. Halbert. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video. It is thanks to contributions from valuable listeners like yourself that subscribe and keep this channel alive and going. Today, we're diving into the most viral searches from around the world and the United States over the last 24 hours. These are the topics that captured people's curiosity and sent them rushing to their keyboards. By exploring them together, we'll get a snapshot of the global conversation, the sports and entertainment events that people care about, and some of the breaking news stories that made headlines. Our show today is structured into two main segments, a world roundup and a US roundup. Each segment includes detailed stories that people are searching for and the context behind those stories. We're going to unpack why these topics became so popular and what makes them compelling, weaving together facts and commentary to provide you with a rich, engaging narrative. Transition to the World Roundup. To start, let's look beyond our borders. The world is full of vibrant events and fascinating stories, and the last day has been no exception. From international pageants to exciting soccer friendlies, the global search trends show how sports, entertainment, and news cross cultural boundaries. We'll begin with the buzz surrounding Miss Universe Ecuador 2025, where beauty, glamour, and a sense of national pride collided. Then we'll talk about the Vancouver Whitecaps and Sporting Kansas City match that has fans on both sides discussing strategy and performance. After that, we'll dive into the 2025 World Aquatics Championships in Singapore, focusing on rising star Summer McIntosh and her rivalry with Katie Ledecky. We'll also cover the friendly match between Eintracht Frankfurt and Aston Villa, with details on the thrilling 2-2 draw. We'll explore why a new boxing show announced by KSI is making waves online. Finally, we'll look at how Lionel Messi's Inter Miami held FC Cincinnati to a scoreless draw, capturing the attention of soccer fans around the world. Miss Universe Ecuador 2025. Let's set the scene in Guayaquil, Ecuador. On July 26th, the spotlight shone brightly on the stage of Miss Universe Ecuador 2025. This national beauty pageant is an annual competition that determines who will represent Ecuador at the next Miss Universe contest. Victoria Kjær Thilvig, the reigning Miss Universe, visited Ecuador to crown the new national title holder. The event attracted 20 contestants from across the country, each representing their province with pride. Spectators tuned in to see who would win the crown, and fans searched the web for profiles of each contestant, behind-the-scenes rehearsals and predictions on who might take the title. Pageants like these often drive high search interest because they combine fashion, performance, and personal stories. Viewers want to know everything from the contestants' backgrounds to their philanthropic projects, and they celebrate the diversity of cultures within the country. Beyond the glitz and glamour, pageants can also spark conversations about societal standards of beauty, representation, and empowerment. In this case, people were excited to see how Ecuador would present its national identity on an international stage, and many curious viewers worldwide searched for the event results, making it one of the top trending topics. Vancouver Whitecaps versus Sporting Kansas City. Next up on the global search list was an MLS clash that saw the Vancouver Whitecaps host Sporting Kansas City at BC Place. The match occurred on July 26th and ended in a decisive 3-0 victory for the home side. Emmanuel Sabi opened the scoring early, and his teammates Ngando and another forward added 2 more goals to secure the win. For Vancouver fans, this game was a statement that the team has aspirations of climbing the league table and making a deep playoff run. For Kansas City supporters, it raised questions about defensive structure and tactical adjustments. Search interest spiked as fans looked up highlights and analysis. People wanted to understand where the game was won and lost, the key performances, and the tactical decisions made by both coaches. Because MLS continues to grow globally, matches like this attract international attention. The quality of play and the star power of certain athletes create storylines that resonate far beyond North America. By catching up on the details of this game, we get a sense of how soccer fandom continues to evolve and how even mid-season MLS matches can dominate conversation among sports enthusiasts. World Aquatics Championships 2025. Switching gears to the pool, another trending topic was the World Aquatics Championships held in Singapore. The championships bring together the best swimmers from around the globe to compete in a variety of disciplines, including freestyle, medley, butterfly, and more. During the latest session, Canadian phenom Summer McIntosh made headlines by qualifying for the 200-meter individual medley semifinals and the 400-meter freestyle final. McIntosh, just 17, has been hailed as one of the most promising swimmers of her generation. At these championships, she has been posting world-class times and demonstrating incredible versatility across multiple events. Her rivalry with American legend Katie Ledecky has become a focal point of fan interest, with analysts discussing whether the young Canadian can unseat the multiple-time Olympic champion. As fans searched for updates, they also delved into coverage of other swimmers from various countries, track world records that might be broken, and the competition schedule. Large sporting events like this often inspire a sense of national pride, with people rooting for their country's athletes. When up-and-coming talents challenge established champions, it creates a narrative that appeals to both casual viewers and dedicated sports fans. That dynamic drama is precisely what drives these events up the search rankings. Eintracht Frankfurt versus Aston Villa. Friendly. Soccer enthusiasts in Europe and around the world were buzzing about a pre-season friendly between Eintracht Frankfurt of Germany's Bundesliga and Aston Villa of the English Premier League. The game ended in a 2-2 draw, but the way the match unfolded made it especially exciting. Aston Villa's striker Ollie Watkins scored just after the 10-minute mark, showing off his finishing skills from a well-worked move. Minutes later, Eintracht's young forward Sepe Elye-Wahi equalized, demonstrating the depth of the German team's attacking options. The scoring continued in the second half when Aston Villa's Mason Rogers found the back of the net, only for Eintracht to respond with an equalizer late in the game, courtesy of Enner Valencia. These friendlies are significant because they allow managers to test new tactical systems and give minutes to developing players, building fitness and chemistry ahead of the official season. Fans are eager to see how their team's new signings perform and how existing stars are adapting. Search traffic spikes because supporters want to follow lineups, watch live streams, and debate about which team had the better showing. These matches also underscore how preseason soccer friendlies can create big waves even when they don't count towards league standings. Outside of traditional sports, another global trend involved KSI, the British YouTuber and musician who has successfully transitioned into the world of boxing. Recently, KSI announced a new boxing reality show in which contestants face off in a tiered competition that progresses from influencer bouts to professional boxing. The concept includes 4 levels of opponents: an influencer boxer, a Misfits Boxing competitor, a professional boxer, and finally a champion-level boxer, with a cash prize for each victory and a contract with Misfits Boxing for those who survive all 4 levels. This announcement has generated excitement and curiosity among fans of combat sports and internet celebrity culture. Audiences are intrigued by the possibility of seeing social media personalities test themselves in the ring, the blend of entertainment and athletic competition, and the opportunity for unknown talents to gain exposure. Many searched for details about when and where the show will be broadcast, potential participants, and how the format will work. This intersection of mainstream sports and internet fame underscores how new forms of entertainment are emerging that combine digital and physical arenas. Fans are hungry for novel experiences that go beyond traditional sports broadcasts, and KSI's show promises to deliver just that. Our final global story brings us to the pitch again, this time in Major League Soccer. Inter Miami faced FC Cincinnati in a high-profile matchup that ended in a 0-0 draw. What made this game particularly intriguing was the presence of Lionel Messi, who joined Inter Miami last year and has transformed the club into a global talking point. Messi's influence has raised the visibility of MLS, drawing large crowds to stadiums and prompting fans worldwide to tune in for games. In this particular match, Inter Miami's goalkeeper Rocco Rios-Novo made 3 critical saves to preserve the clean sheet, and despite the attacking talent on both sides, neither team could find the back of the net. Fans searched for match highlights, analysis of Messi's performance, and speculation about what the draw means for the playoff race. Because soccer is a low-scoring sport, a scoreless draw can sometimes be seen as dull, but with the star power involved and the tension of the match, fans were captivated. The fact that Inter Miami, despite Messi's presence, failed to score fueled conversations about team dynamics, strategy, and the level of competition in MLS. Such debates drive search interest, demonstrating again how star players can make even a 0-0 draw must-watch viewing. Now that we've taken a tour around the globe, let's return to the United States. The past day has seen several stories capture the attention of Americans, from serious news events to blockbuster entertainment announcements. Searches related to a mass stabbing in Michigan reveal the public's concern and desire for updates in times of tragedy. Meanwhile, boxing star Claressa Shields continues to elevate the sport of women's boxing, and people are eager to watch her fights and learn about her achievements. On a lighter note, SpaceX continues to make headlines with its rapid cadence of Starlink launches, feeding the public's fascination with space exploration. Pop culture fans also had plenty to search for, with revived movies and new TV trailers making waves. We'll dive into each of these stories to understand the context behind the numbers and see what they reveal about American interests. Tragic news from Michigan topped U.S. search results. On July 26th, a man attacked shoppers at a Walmart in Traverse City, stabbing 11 people with a folding knife. 6 of the victims were in critical condition. A sheriff's deputy on duty apprehended the suspect quickly, and emergency medical personnel provided immediate aid to those injured. The local hospital received the wounded, and bystanders stepped in to offer first aid before authorities arrived. News of the attack spread rapidly as people sought information on the victims, updates on their conditions, and statements from law enforcement. This incident comes amid heightened awareness around public safety, and the public turned to search engines to track the developing story. In addition to news coverage, readers looked for resources on coping with trauma, information about security measures at retail stores, and official statements from the Walmart Corporation. The event reminded many of the fragility of daily life and the importance of community vigilance, prompting discussions about mental health, law enforcement, and emergency response. Claressa Shields' championship bout. While tragedy dominated some searches, sports fans were drawn to an inspiring performance in the boxing ring. Claressa Shields, widely regarded as one of the greatest women's boxers of all time, successfully defended her titles against challenger Lonnie Daniels in a bout held in Detroit's Little Caesars Arena. Shields' unanimous decision victory showcased her technical skill, conditioning, and determination. Judges scored the fight 97-92, 98-91, and 98-92 in her favor, improving her professional record to 17-0. Fans are captivated by Shields' dominance, her unyielding confidence, and her advocacy for women's boxing. She has become a role model for many young athletes, demonstrating that dedication and self-belief can lead to extraordinary achievements. Fans searched for highlight reels, round-by-round analyses, and post-fight interviews. They also explored Shields' career history and her journey from Olympic gold medalist to professional champion. Her success has elevated the visibility of women's boxing, inspiring a new generation of fighters and proving that female athletes deserve the same recognition and support as their male counterparts. SpaceX Starlink launch. On the same day, SpaceX conducted another mission in its ongoing Starlink program, launching 28 satellites from Cape Canaveral. The Falcon 9 rocket lifted off at 5:01 a.m. Eastern and landed its first stage on the drone ship A Shortfall of Gravitas in the Atlantic Ocean roughly 8 minutes later. About an hour after launch, the second stage deployed the satellites into their orbits, continuing SpaceX's rapid expansion of its internet constellation. Interest in the launch comes from multiple directions: space enthusiasts who appreciate the technical marvel of reusability, investors watching the progress of Elon Musk's companies, rural communities hoping for better internet access, and general audiences who are fascinated by rockets. The Starlink program aims to provide high-speed internet to underserved regions worldwide. Each successful launch brings SpaceX closer to that goal, and the company's progress has been both celebrated and scrutinized. People searched for the launch video, details about the payload, mission commentary, and potential effects on astronomy. The rapid cadence of SpaceX launches sparks conversations about the future of commercial spaceflight and the role private companies play in exploring and utilizing space. In the realm of entertainment, a surprising announcement at San Diego Comic-Con turned a previously shelved film into a highly anticipated release. Coyote vs. Acme, a live-action/animated hybrid featuring iconic Looney Tunes character Wile E. Coyote suing the Acme Corporation, had been canceled by Warner Bros. And written off as a tax loss. However, at Comic-Con, it was revealed that independent distributor Ketchup Entertainment picked up the film and plans to release it on August 28, 2026. The movie stars Will Forte as the attorney representing Coyote, with appearances by John Cena, Lana Condor, and other notable actors. Fans were thrilled to learn that the film had been saved, and they flocked to search engines to learn more about the plot, cast, and behind-the-scenes production. The film's revival sparks discussions about the influence of fan campaigns, the decision-making processes of major studios, and the financial calculus behind releasing or shelving a movie. The Looney Tunes brand carries nostalgia for multiple generations, and combining it with contemporary storytelling resonates with audiences. In this segment, we'll speculate on how the film might be received, the potential comedic tone, and why the concept of Wile E. Coyote suing his supplier is inherently appealing. Comic-Con provided another jolt to search traffic when HBO Max released the first trailer for Season 2 of Peacemaker. The series, created by James Gunn, follows John Cena's character Christopher Smith, also known as Peacemaker, as he grapples with moral ambiguities while pursuing peace at any cost. The new trailer teases a story involving alternate realities, introducing Rick Flag Sr., played by Frank Grillo, and other returning characters. Fans have been waiting 3 years since the first season, and the trailer's reveal of an August 21, 2025 premiere date was met with excitement. Viewers searched for breakdowns of the trailer's Easter eggs, analysis of the new villain, and speculation about character arcs. The show's blend of action, humor, and heart has earned it a dedicated following, and people are eager to see how the second season builds on the themes of redemption and teamwork established in the first. This trend demonstrates the power of streaming platforms to generate anticipation through teasers and the role conventions play in amplifying fan communities. Xander Zayas' breakthrough. Another sports story that captured U.S. attention was the historic win of Xander Zayas. The 22-year-old Puerto Rican boxer claimed the vacant WBO 154-pound world title after defeating Mexico's Jorge Garcia via unanimous decision in New York's Madison Square Garden. Judges scored the contest 116-112, 118-110, and 119-109 in Zayas' favor. With this victory, he became the youngest male world champion in his weight class. Zayas' journey from amateur standout to world title holder has been marked by disciplined training and steady progression through the professional ranks. Fans searched for information about the fight, highlights, and what this win means for the future of the super-welterweight division. They also explored Zayas' background, his training regimen, and his potential next opponents. As a rising star, Zayas brings fresh energy to boxing, and his victory represents a broader trend of talented young fighters seizing opportunities on big stages. Astronomer's viral marketing stunt with Gwyneth Paltrow. On the technology and business front, data workflow automation company Astronomer attracted attention with a marketing campaign featuring actress Gwyneth Paltrow. In the wake of a viral video in which the company's logo appeared on a kiss cam at a baseball game, Astronomer seized the moment by producing a humorous follow-up video. In the video, Paltrow acts as a temporary spokesperson, poking fun at the company's sudden fame and inviting viewers to learn more about their products. The campaign blurred the lines between tech marketing and pop culture, leading to widespread searches as people looked for the new video, interviews with the marketing team, and commentary from public relations experts. The stunt highlights how companies can leverage unexpected virality and celebrity partnerships to boost brand awareness. We'll discuss the effectiveness of this strategy and what it suggests about the evolving landscape of digital marketing. Sports fans also flocked to search engines for updates on several soccer matches that were trending in the United States. Preseason friendlies and Liga MX games like West Ham vs Manchester United, Necaxa vs America, Cruz Azul vs León, and Toluca vs Tigres generated large search volumes. These games coincide with both American and international teams preparing for their regular seasons or pursuing league points. West Ham facing Manchester United, for instance, is a marquee matchup even in a friendly context because of the rich history and global fan bases of these Premier League clubs. Similarly, Liga MX fixtures hold significant interest among Hispanic communities in the US and abroad. Fans searched for streaming information, live commentary, and final results, reflecting soccer's growing popularity across the U.S. market. These matches may not all have been widely covered in mainstream news, but they still achieved viral status because of passionate fan engagement and the importance of pre-season tune-ups. Rounding out the US list were several entertainment and sports queries that, while not receiving as much traffic as the main stories, still indicate significant pockets of interest. One was Sullivan's Crossing Season 3, referring to the popular drama series available on Netflix. Fans of the show searched for release dates, plot synopsis, and cast updates. Another was Sparks vs. Liberty, referring to a WNBA matchup between the Los Angeles Sparks and the New York Liberty. The rising profile of women's basketball has led to greater attention to game results, star player performances, and league standings. Searches for athlete Ben Shelton, a rising tennis star, indicated interest in his latest tournament results and career progress. Meanwhile, queries like Coyote vs. Acme cancellation and Hannah Montana tour reflected nostalgia and speculation surrounding older franchises being revived or reimagined. These diverse topics highlight how sports, television shows, and musical tours all compete for audience attention, making search trends a fascinating reflection of our culture's multifaceted interests. By examining these trends, we get more than a list of numbers. We gain insight into what people care about and why. Globally, the public is drawn to spectacles like national beauty contests, international sporting events, and unique crossovers between digital and physical entertainment. The Miss Universe Ecuador pageant reveals how pageantry continues to captivate audiences who appreciate heritage and pageant culture. The Whitecaps' victory over Sporting Kansas City shows how soccer's popularity continues to expand within North America, while the World Aquatics Championships highlight the excitement of emerging athletic rivalries. The friendly match between Eintracht Frankfurt and Aston Villa shows how even non-competitive games can generate interest when storied clubs are involved. KSI's new boxing show underscores the blending of digital celebrity with traditional sports, creating innovative formats that appeal to modern audiences. And the draw between Inter Miami and FC Cincinnati emphasizes how star power, in this case Lionel Messi, can turn any match into a must-watch event. In the United States, search trends tell a story of contrasts. We see deep concern over safety with the Traverse City Walmart stabbing, while also witnessing celebration and admiration for athletes like Claressa Shields and Xander Zayas. SpaceX's Starlink launch reflects ongoing fascination with space and technology. Entertainment stories such as the revival of Coyote vs. Acme and the release of the Peacemaker Season 2 trailer show how nostalgia and superhero narratives continue to dominate pop culture conversation. The viral marketing move by Astronomer using Gwyneth Paltrow demonstrates the power of humor and celebrity in driving brand recognition. Meanwhile, soccer matches, both domestic and international, remind us that the world's game has a growing footprint in the United States, as fans search for results and analysis of competitions that used to fly under the radar. For content creators and podcasters like you, these trends offer a treasure trove of material. Each story can be explored for deeper themes, be it the cultural significance of beauty pageants, the tactical nuances of soccer, the personal journeys of athletes, or the interplay between technology and celebrity. When crafting your episodes, consider weaving together the factual details we've discussed with your own commentary and perspective. Connect the dots between seemingly disparate events. How does the return of a shelved cartoon movie reflect larger trends in media? What do the success of Claressa Shields and the tragedy in Michigan say about the dual nature of our times? Is there a connection between the hunger for live sports and the fascination with reality boxing shows? These are the kinds of questions that can make your podcast more engaging and thought-provoking. Thank you for tuning in to this comprehensive recap of the most viral searches of the last day. I hope this episode provides you with a solid foundation to craft content that resonates with your audience. Remember, the conversation never stops. Tomorrow's trends will bring new stories and new insights. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring. Extended analysis. As we reflect further on the stories dominating search results, it's worth considering the factors that cause certain events to resonate more deeply with audiences. Take the Miss Universe Ecuador competition, for instance. Beauty pageants have long been a global phenomenon, but they face criticism for perpetuating narrow standards of beauty. However, many pageants have evolved to emphasize education, advocacy, and cultural representation. Contestants often champion social causes such as environmental sustainability, public health, or women's rights. When Victoria Kjær Thilvig crowned her successor, viewers may have been inspired not only by the spectacle, but also by the platforms these women use to raise awareness. Furthermore, Ecuador's national identity is woven into the pageant, with costumes that celebrate indigenous heritage and modern fashion design. By exploring these underlying narratives, a story that at first glance seems superficial can be reframed as a discussion about empowerment, culture, and social progress. Similarly, sports matches like the Vancouver Whitecaps versus Sporting Kansas City and the Inter Miami versus FC Cincinnati game highlight the increasingly global nature of sports fandom. In a digitally connected world, fans from Asia can watch MLS matches live, while Americans can tune into European friendlies at odd hours. The idea of locality has shifted. We no longer support teams solely because they are geographically close, but often because of star players, compelling storylines, or community identity. Lionel Messi's move to Inter Miami exemplifies this shift. A global superstar drawing viewers to an American league and igniting interest from fans who might otherwise not follow MLS. The fact that a single player can change the fortunes of an entire league underscores the power of individual narratives in sports. Meanwhile, preseason friendlies like Eintracht Frankfurt versus Aston Villa serve as a reminder that behind-the-scenes preparation can be just as interesting as official competitions. Fans look for glimpses of strategy, player development, and team chemistry. Analyzing these matches from a tactical perspective can offer deeper insight into how teams will approach their regular seasons. The world of combat sports and entertainment is another arena where narrative is king. KSI's new boxing show is not just about athletic competition, it's about storytelling. The concept of progressing through different levels of fighters creates a hero's journey, turning fighters into protagonists facing increasingly daunting opponents. This format appeals to viewers' love of progression arcs, similar to video games or reality competition shows. Moreover, KSI's involvement draws his existing fan base, many of whom may not be traditional boxing fans. This crossover can expand the sport's audience by blending celebrity culture with athletic competition. The show also raises questions about what constitutes a legitimate test of skill. Does a YouTuber have the right to fight a professional? Should the distinction between influencer and athlete be blurred? These topics make for rich discussion and highlight changing perceptions around fame and legitimacy in sports. Turning to the US trends, the mixture of serious and light-hearted topics offers a snapshot of the complexity of public attention. Events like the Traverse City stabbing remind us that tragedies are part of the everyday news cycle, yet they often galvanize communities and lead to wider debates about mental health resources, security protocols in public spaces, and the role of community support in crisis situations. Podcast hosts can approach such stories with empathy and nuance, giving space to discuss systemic issues while honoring the experiences of those affected. On the other hand, stories like the revival of Coyote vs. Acme and the release of a new trailer for Peacemaker reveal our enduring fascination with storytelling and nostalgia. The Looney Tunes brand has been around for nearly a century, and its humor and characters evoke childhood memories for many. Peacemaker, while a more recent creation, taps into the broader superhero genre that has dominated entertainment for the past 2 decades. Both stories illustrate how legacy brands and new franchises coexist and sometimes intersect, offering audiences a mix of comfort and novelty. Another layer of analysis involves exploring the economic and social implications of these trends. SpaceX's Starlink launch is more than just a rocket blasting off. It's part of a broader effort to provide global internet coverage. The success of Starlink could improve educational opportunities, economic development, and communication in remote regions. However, it also raises concerns about light pollution and space debris, sparking debates within the scientific community about the balance between innovation and responsibility. Similarly, the viral marketing campaign, executed by Astronomer using Gwyneth Paltrow, demonstrates how companies are adopting unconventional strategies to stand out in a crowded marketplace. By capitalizing on a spontaneous viral moment and coupling it with a celebrity endorsement, Astronomer turned a potential PR fluke into a marketing triumph. This raises interesting questions about authenticity, opportunism, and the evolving role of celebrity in corporate branding. In the realm of sports, the rise of athletes like Claressa Shields and Xander Zayas sheds light on the broader theme of representation. Shields has fought for recognition and parity in a sport historically dominated by men. Her success is not just an individual achievement, but a catalyst for broader conversation about gender equality in sports. By consistently delivering high-caliber performances and promoting women's boxing, she challenges stereotypes and encourages young girls to pursue boxing or other sports without fear of marginalization. Likewise, Xander Zayas' ascent at such a young age is a testament to the increasing diversification of boxing, with talent emerging from different national and ethnic backgrounds. Recognizing these stories allows us to connect personal achievements to collective progress in the sports world. Finally, the collection of trends we've discussed underscores the interconnectedness of our world. A beauty pageant in Ecuador, a soccer friendly in Europe, a boxing match in Detroit, a rocket launch in Florida, and a viral video from a tech company all appear side by side in search trends. This juxtaposition highlights the multifaceted nature of human interests and reminds us that our collective attention can encompass both profound issues and lighter fare. For content creators, this diversity is a reminder to balance coverage across different domains. Addressing serious topics with care and focusing on stories that bring joy or inspiration ensures that audiences receive a well-rounded perspective on the world. Understanding the context behind these trending searches not only informs us about what people are curious about, but also reveals broader cultural and societal currents.